Jay here for Stretford Paddock, and this is a bit of a live, well, it's a live video, a bit of breaking news, that reaction to Manchester United's manager, Ruben Amorim's first interview as United manager. He's given his first interview as United boss. He's spoken to the club, so we're doing a bit of a reaction. So make sure you're getting involved in the chat and the comments, and make sure you let me know if the volume's all right. I know sometimes this microphone can be a bit a little bit temperamental, shall we say. Great to see so many people already in the chat and the comments. We're going to be getting into it. I've got some quotes from the interview, from what he's been said, what he's been saying, and just to give you the general gist, a lot of it is what you'd expect. He's saying the right things about Manchester United being a huge club, about wanting to win things, all that kind of things. Thanks, James Swingbacks, for letting me know how it sounds. But we'll get into it. We'll get into the nitty-gritty. We'll see what he said, and we'll get you guys to join me in a chat and just let me know what you've made of it. Are you happy? Do you think he said things that you expected? Is there anything he said that you thought, oh, a bit surprising? Didn't expect him to say that. First of all, should we just go through what has been said then? Should we have a little look-see as to what exactly the Manchester United's new manager has said? I had all this set up, right? Just bear with me, because I did have all these sort of the transcripts, right, has been put on United, and it's all like just one big block. So I separated it, and I've just lost it. So bear with me one sec, because I'm just going to separate it quickly, because it's mad. If you go on there, you go on like the United website, it's just like a big block of text. So let me just sort that out from the answers. You guys make sure while you're waiting for this that you are hitting like, share, and subscribe as well. Here we go. Yeah. So the interview's out. It's out there, and we've got the sort of the quotes from it. The main quotes, I mean, you'll have seen on the thumbnail there, he's talk about getting Manchester United, obviously, to where it belongs. He says that, I will try and do everything to put this club in the place that it belongs, which you kind of expect him to say, because if he came in and said, you know what, United are mid-table and that's where we're going to stay, that's what I'm here to do, you'd be like, what is this guy on about? He's lost the plot already. But thankfully he didn't say anything like that. So I'll go through a little bit of what he said, and you can give me your reaction. So first question he was asked, Ruben Bienvenido, welcome to Manchester United. This might be an easy one, but why have you joined? And he says, I felt a connection with the club, especially with the people in the club, the history of Manchester United, the hunger for success, and the fans are all the reasons I have joined. Makes sense, doesn't it? He's saying the right things there. The fans are the reasons that you have joined. The club, the size of it, the history, all that sort of stuff. Nothing where you go, what, really? Wow, I get it. I'm gonna blast through these, and then we'll come back to you guys. So make sure you get involved in the chat and the comments, and hit that like button as well, please, people. Then he was also asked about, when you say the people, do you mean Omar, Dan, and Jason? Omar Barada, Dan Ashworth, and Jason Wilcox. And he said, yes, especially Omar, Dan, and Jason. I felt a connection with them. Again, you'd expect him to say that about his new bosses. It'd be a bit amazing if he went, no, I didn't really like him, to be honest with you. I'm joining in spite of them, not because of them. He says, someone said that Cristiano Ronaldo called you the poet. Is that true? He goes on to say, yes, but it was more of a playful nickname due to how I speak from the heart. Not a bad nickname, that, is it, though? The poet. Ruben Amorim, the poet. I don't mind that. Yeah, poet. It's one of the filthy fellas, that, isn't it, poet? You did play here twice. What are your memories? Not very good memories, as I didn't win. I remember the crowd's impact, especially in a game where we lost despite leading. Good answer, that, innit? Hey, this isn't his first rodeo, is it? I mean, I know it's his biggest job he's ever had, but he's saying the right things. He knows what he's doing, this guy. I'm quite liking this so far. Again, I don't expect him to say anything crazy, but he does come out with the right answers. Do you want to use the power of the crowd now that you're in charge? Of course, the environment created by the fans is crucial for players to perform better. There's a big sort of debate going on at the minute about this, about whether Manchester United, the crowd is sort of up for it. We've spoken about it on the channel. I think the atmosphere at United has been quite good where I stand this season. I know it can always get better, and I can't hear the whole stadium, and I do tend to sort of stand in a bit of a noisy bit right near the tunnel, but I think there's always room for improvement. And hopefully now we've had this little bit of a lift in the sense that Ruud van Nistelrooy came in after Erik ten Hag when things weren't great. That seemed to give us a little bit of a spring in our step, some decent results. Ruben Amorim come in, hopefully will lift everyone. We've got a away game first, I think, before. Is it the Europa? Is going to be his first home game, but hopefully the crowd will be up for it. The away fans, by and large, at United are just phenomenal anyway, but hopefully when we have that first game, I think it's against Bodo Glimt or something, isn't it? His first game at Old Trafford. Hopefully the crowd and the atmosphere will be second to none. I think United fans get a bad rap when it comes to our atmosphere. I've been at grounds all over the country. I'm telling you now, Old Trafford has got a very good atmosphere. Even post Alex Ferguson, when we haven't had much to shout about, there's been times when Old Trafford has really stepped up. And I think sometimes it's easy to beat us with that stick, and I don't think it's always fair. Does that excite you? Does that excite you that you can be the centre of this? Yes, being chosen as the first option to lead the club's path forward is an honour and exciting. You seem like you feel at home and relaxed already, but Carrington is where you'll mainly be, and it's being redeveloped. I don't even know what that is. He goes on to say the most important thing is feeling a sense of belonging at the club, which includes the redevelopment of Carrington. Then asked about, so you want a very strong link between the academy and the first team coming together. We've spoken about this a lot on the channel. We've had Finn on from Academy Scoop, who does the Academy Review. He spoke about leaning into the Academy players. We've got another video on that front coming out later on this week. When people say about Manchester United's DNA, it's the Academy. That's your DNA. It's not your style. We've had different styles of different managers. I know you can look at similarities, but for me, the United DNA is the Academy. We've had a member of the Academy or a member of the squad has come from the Academy for like the last 100 years or something daft. So it is an important part of what makes Manchester United the great club that it is. And he's spoken about that. He said it's crucial for the club's identity, that strong link between the academy and the first team. He was then asked about what his footballing philosophy is, what drives it. He said, my philosophy is centered around the concept of team. Individual talent shines when the team works together with a clear identity. I like that. I do like that. I think sometimes philosophy is a bit of a four-letter word in it. I think Louis van Gaal almost ruined it. He spoke about philosophy that much that it became almost meaningless. 87 years, says Cesar, for how long we've had a first team member of the squad. An academy player has been part of the first team squad. 87 years we've had someone who's come through the academy be part of the first team squad. It's an important stat, that. So thank you, Cesar, for giving me the exact figure. I'll get in some of the comments before we go back to the quotes. Ross Murphy says, what I do like about him is that he looks like someone that isn't afraid to play some youngsters. Yeah, he's done it. What's the name of the kid? I'm going to get his name wrong. Is it Quandra, who was 17, who plays as a wing back? I probably pronounced that completely wrong. Forgive me. Correct me, people. Brian Casey says, this honestly feels different to any other manager since Sir Alex. I fully believe we will win the Premier League within the next 3 seasons, including this one. It's easy to get excited with this guy in it. Someone else has said it there. Full name Huggy. I'm not going to lie. This is the most excited Quendra. Thank you, Ross Murphy. Yeah, other people corrected me. I asked to be corrected, so I'm not moaning. Thank you, Quendra. I always pronounce names badly. Ross Murphy says, what I do like about him is that he looks like someone... Oh, sorry, I've read that one out. Where is it? Yeah, sorry. It was a full name Huggy says, this is the most excited I've been about United in a while. Does this feel differently to Erik ten Hag? Because I was excited about Erik ten Hag. Be honest with me. Don't just say, oh, yeah, it does because you want it to. But if it does, say that. Say like it does and tell me why. I want to hear from you guys. You know, this is about a conversation between me and you guys. What do you think? What is it that feels differently about this? Because I'm getting that. But I think I'm sort of worried that maybe I'm just sort of convincing myself that maybe that's me. I always try and be positive, either at the beginning of the season or when a new manager comes in. I always think this is it. But even though I can be delusionally optimistic, I do feel like I'm getting good vibes from Amorim. And I'll tell you why before we get back to the quotes. Yes, the way he carries himself in interviews, the way he handles the press, he's got that charisma, he's got that charm. That can matter. That can help you. It can help you with the media. I've been a journalist for long enough. I've been in enough press conferences from Sir Alex to Moyes to Van Gaal to Mourinho to Ollie to everyone. In fact, no, I don't think I did an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer one. I'm lying. I've been there for Erik ten Hag. And when things aren't going that well, if you've got a decent relationship with the media, if you can sort of, how to handle them and you have that sort of little bit of charisma, it can help. It can help the media get on board with you a little bit more. people may go, it doesn't matter. United are always going to get hammered. And if you're not winning football matches, United manager, you're going to get hammered. You will get criticism, that's true, but it can be different and it can just help you out a little bit. And I think that Erik ten Hag suffered with not having that great relationship with the media, being a little bit, I don't know if aloof's the right word. I think Joe always says stoic, and I think that's not too far from it. Just not quite being sort of the having that connection at times. I think went against him. I didn't, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I thought Erik ten Hag was a terrible manager. I didn't. I know the results went away from him, but when you saw him in press conferences, you could see at times he didn't really vibe with the media. Do you think this is different, or do you think the same? Puddington says it's the same vibe as Erik ten Hag, but I believe this guy will succeed when where ten Hag failed. Someone else has said, Mana Addo says he didn't say eras come to an end. Listen, Erik ten Hag was right about that. Eras do come to an end. And I'll tell you how I know that, because Manchester United came to an end. When I was a kid, it was Liverpool who won everything. Theirs came to an end. Eras do come to an end. And the way things are unraveling at Manchester City, it might be sooner than later for their one. Apna Bidu King Eric says, doesn't feel much different. Yes, there's better structure behind now, but I'll wait till the rubber hits the road and the tough times kick in. Not just the talking, but also core coaching skills. That's a good point as well. We've got a new structure in which might help as well. Let's have a look at some more of these questions before I go back to the comments. Hit that like, please, hit that like button, please, people. It's Friday night. Manager's just giving his first press conference, or his first media interview, I should say, as the United manager. Let us know what you think. Hit that like button. Get involved if you're not doing already. Make sure you are subscribing to the channel. Come on, people. Let's have it. Let's make this happen. Another question he's asked, is that reflected, to talk about philosophy, in your personality as well? When you speak to people, we saw you yesterday saying hello to everyone. That matters a lot to you. Yes, my approach to people reflects my philosophy, inclusivity and connection within the club. That's important. Again, we've been here before. Louis van Gaal went and shook everyone's hand and do you remember when he was squeezing the cheeks of the groundsman? He was very friendly and everyone loved him. But then the football was terrible and it ultimately didn't work out. Jose Mourinho had a bit of a charm and a charisma to him. Erik ten Hag met everyone. He shook everyone's hand. But Ruben Amorim definitely feels like, forgive me for using this expression, a people person. He does, doesn't he? He looks like someone who's pretty comfortable around people, enjoys people, but being around people, and has that sort of gregariousness that you probably need. Yeah, I think that helps. Whereas at times, Erik ten Hag looked like he just didn't really get on with everyone. I know by the end he didn't get on with everyone, but you get my point anyway. Let me know what you think. Am I just, I'm looking for someone that's not there, or can you see it as well? He was asked about the working culture. What working culture do you try to create at clubs, and has that always been the same, or is it something you've adapted as you've developed as a coach? That's a good question. And he says, I focus on creating a culture where every player feels part of the team, adapted from my experiences as a versatile player. That's a great answer. I'm sorry, I'm getting carried away, but that is a good answer, because that is important. Every player feels part of the team. You need that. You need every player to feel part of the team, because we've got a squad now, haven't we? That is that's an important part of finding success at Manchester United. Having those players who might not play every week, but when they do play, they can come in. I want to get into the formation stuff as well, because for some reason I think it's missed out that question. Sorry, forgive me here. I just want to get. I don't know why it's done that. It's just missed out that. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I'm just going to bring up some of the questions about his formation, because this is a big part in it of what he's about. Everyone talks about this 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1. And he was asked about, well, he wasn't asked about specifically, I don't think, about his tactics, but he gave an answer here. So let me just get into this. Sorry about this. It's taken a little while because I had to sort of separate it, because it was just like a big, massive block of text. And then I've had to separate it. So when he said about the academy and the first team, I think it's important because a lot of people now talk about when he spoke about the academy in the first team, he said I think it's important because a lot of people now talk about the 3-4-3 and the 4-3-3 and all that stuff. But when I think as a player or as a teammate of Manchester United, it's not system or formation. It's like the character of the players, the way they see the club. So we have to focus on that before the everything of how we play, how we press. The most important thing for me at this moment is to create the principles, the identity, and the character that we had in the past. Sorry, for some reason I missed that out. That's an important part, then, isn't it? So he says it's not just about the sort of the formation and the 3-4-3, which everyone keeps banging on about. It's about the character. It's about the principles and the identity. And I like that. I think that's a good point that he's making there. Let me know what you think about that. Do you care? Everyone's focusing on this 3-4-3 thing. Is that something that you're thinking about a lot? Do you think we need to sort of focus a little bit more on the character of the players, or is it just a bit of balance? Because we spoke about it the other day on the channel, and it's like everyone's sort of, who the three centre backs going to be, who's going to be the wing backs. But he's saying it's not just about this formation, whether it's 3-4-3 or 4-3-3. A lot of it is about the character of the players. Twetty Legend says 3-4-3 is a strange formation. I don't know how he's going to implement it at United. Samuel says absolutely night and day compared to Eric. Not saying he'll need time before we see his ideas, taking ownership of what we see on the pitch immediately. Ed says I care more about who's going to play than rather than the formation, which makes sense to me. A full name Huggy. I'm excited to see a 3-4-3. One thing I've been asking for is something different. I like that. Yeah, do you know what? I am excited to see a 3-4-3 just because it's something we don't really see at United before. And I think you can look at it and go, okay, have we got the players to do that? Is it going to work out? Whatever. But I do think it's something where you know what? We've not had this before. So, yeah, I'm a little bit excited by it. Let's just go through another couple of points before we wrap up. He's asked about the history. So you think that the history should inspire the team? He said, absolutely, the history should inspire the team to strive for the success Manchester United is known for. And he went on to say, I'm honoured to be here, and my commitment is to work for the team, defend my players, and strive to put the club back where it belongs. The club back where it belongs. And that's something we can all agree with, isn't it? Manchester United need to get back where we belong. And hopefully, Ruben Amorim is the man to do it. I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks to everyone who got involved in the chat and the comments. We're going to be back over the weekend. Got videos coming out of the weekend. We've got a chat with Macola, me, and Joseph. We've also got the Academy review, I think, coming out as well. So make sure if you're not doing already, you are hitting like, share, and subscribe. I've been Jay Motty. This has been a bit of a chat regarding I nearly said Eric Ten Hag then. Ruben Amorim's first interview as Manchester United manager, the first of many, and hopefully the first one on the road to success. Thanks for watching.